I understand that. I abstain from cravings. Just today I abstained from the craving to not get out of bed, ever. Hello there humans, my name is Comedian. Tell me something I don't know. And today I'm doing more J Hoppy Hops. The J Hopster. J hoping beyond hope that the reaction will be good. It's got, ironic. So last time I had Piece of Peace, and Piece of Peace is interesting. It's like J-Hope's mission statement, really. I didn't really understand him as a person much. I mean, he doesn't really respond to my calls, so we haven't hung out as much as I'd like. But, you know, I feel like I got to know RM and Sugar maybe before him. But thanks to you people, lovely people in the comments, and his own music, I've begun to understand he's a person that, you know, works very hard in his happiness and wants to share it, which I think is a really cool and very enviable and applaudable, and other words that are kind of like that, maybe not the one I was looking for in my brain originally. Let's just say that. And yeah, Piece of Peace, like, just like I said, really a mission statement. Like, I think it summed that up perfectly. And even though the beat wasn't like fantastic for me, or maybe it's something that would grow on me, the actual lyrics were like really great. I really love the message he had in that song. So I'm excited to continue his mixtape. This one is called Daydream. It has a music video, which is always cool. And yeah, you're cool. If you're watching this, you're cool. You know what cool people do? Cool people subscribe to my channel, obviously. So make sure you click the subscribe button, please. That really helps me and lets me know that I'm doing things that are good and I should keep doing, I guess. And check out my Patreon for Run BTS and Bon Voyage reactions. Very cheap on average compared to the average reactor, the average reaction corporation out there, the big guys. And that really helps support my YouTube thing, yada yada yada. Anyway, I love music videos. I love BTS, so let's go. Oh, this beat is already looking up. Alright, he's already spitting. I really like this so far. Interesting. Abstaining from large cravings. Like, to me, I mean, that kind of sums up the human experience in general, really. A lot of us struggle with that, but especially celebrities, because I think, especially people in his kind of situation, I think they possibly, I'm not sure, you know, lots of people work very, very hard, but I think, you know, they probably work very, very hard, probably towards the top end of the average worker bee day or whatever. They have huge pressure on them. They have to maintain an image. So, you know, if they have a crazy 14-hour workday and they want to eat and they want to have, you know, 10 pints of Ben & Jerry's, they have to limit themselves to 5 pints because, you know, they've done so much dancing, they can probably get away with 5 pints. I'm not making a great example here. The point is, like, that line hits differently. I think I know what he's getting at, because, you know, I understand that. I abstain from cravings. Just today I abstained from the craving to not get out of bed, ever. And I abstained from that and got out of bed at midday, like a champion, like a boss. I understand it. That's a really cool, hard-hitting lyric. Alright, and Dory makes an appearance, but again, this line hits different. I love that. I want to cry and peace and I want to party. And it's interesting because those two sound antithetical. It's like a deliberate juxtaposition, you know, it sounds different, crying in peace, partying, but often partying is the respite, it's the refuge of the person who cries themselves, you know. It's a way of blowing off steam and a way of forgetting how you feel by yourself. I want to be fluttered with love. It's very interesting. I love the colors here. Because it's almost like, this all looks kind of daydreamy, but this, to me, out of all the scenes, and the fact it's like a kind of fixed focus, I don't know if this is like it's almost like, might be like a wardrobe we're looking out of him on. If I can get video editor Reactsy here for a second, but these colors are so fantastical and neon and crazy, and the view is so weird. It's like, this to me is the most, like, deliberately, yes, daydream scene so far yet. Like, this is a daydream. He wants to be flooded with love, and I know the BTS members give him lots of love. The question is, you know, how desperate is he to be in a normal relationship, and how much does being an international artist get in the way of that? I think that's what he's getting at, and I think that's why I'm saying this line hits very, very hard. Like, this is intense, especially with his, like, 80s psychedelic Where's Wally, or Where's Waldo for you fancy Americans look he's got going on here. Oh, and by the way, Where's Wally is the original. I looked it up. I was proud to find that that's the original. It's a British thing / who cares yawn. But anyway, I just think this whole thing is so deliberately like it looks alien almost. It's like it's almost like him being like, you know, having love is an alien thing for me, which is, it's deep. And the walls close in, and he hangs out with Dory. Wait, here we go. Wow, this is so cool. I'm loving the lyrics in this. It's funny, and so far this is a bit like Piece of Peace for me. The beat started out like right up my street, and I'm not sure anymore. Again, I think it's something that had to grow on me, but that's not me saying it's bad. It's objective. Hello, pretty much everything is objective, even science these days, apparently. It's interesting. I'd say it's almost like chaotic elevator music, and it probably works for the song itself. And I respect people that are willing to use beats that maybe sum up the feeling of the song more than make it listenable. Listenable is a harsh word, but you know what I mean. They go more for like the theme than being like, this must be like an absolute banger, catchy on the radio. Or maybe that's just me. Maybe people are listening to this and being like, this is a freaking jam. This is like pop #1. But these lyrics are fantastic. Caught like fish in a net called desire. And common psychological escape, obviously the daydream. I can't swim out of my daydream. It's not a reality refusal. He's saying, that's so interesting. He's saying daydreaming, it's not a refusal of reality, it's just I want a different picture. You know, I guess even if you're BTS and you're jet setting, you can get bored of reality occasionally. Or sometimes reality can feel so surreal that, you know, you can make a daydream that's normal. Maybe if you're BTS and you're jet setting, you never get to sit down, you daydream of just, you know, having a wife and kids or a husband and kids or whatever floats your boat. So you could be in Wembley Stadium but daydreaming of just, you know, having mama's home cooked ratatouille, like the movie. It's a famous Korean dish, ratatouille. But I love, this is really cool. This music video is so cool as well. I couldn't possibly break it down as well as the lyrics. Like the whole interest, nice Hogwarts reference. TXT shook. And isn't that interesting? I think it's a very important message for us normies to take, is that somebody this famous and successful can be saying like, you know, I'm having my daydreams and that won't last forever. Because I think that's almost a human condition. You can achieve your dreams, but then your dreams will change. And if your dreams don't change, then you probably just would be miserable for the rest of your life. Like if you have nothing to work towards, what do you do? I guess it's like that conundrum of sometimes people retire and then they kind of just give up on life because, you know, a lot of people just, you know, they love their jobs or it was their only way of socializing or something. Like it at least gives you something to do. A raison d'etre, if you can go back to raisins. But yeah, I think it's fascinating that you have a celebrity talking about how they daydream, but the daydream has to end and they can't have what they want. That's a lesson for all of us caught in a net of capitalism. The goal always moves. Now this is so interesting. I love that he's singing Wishing on a Scar and singing a bit like Scar from Lion King. He's gonna bust him to be prepared. This is fascinating switch up. This vocalizing is so interesting, this vocal style. Wishing on a scar. It's like he's singing in like a Victorian chorus. And the interesting thing is, see, this is what I was saying earlier about the scene where he talks about how he kind of wants love, which I took to mean romantic love, and the scene when it's psychedelic green and stuff, different angle. And now we're in his daydream chorus. He's talking about the daydream. And what do we have? Just kind of, for the most part, pretty simplistic blank colors and occasional patterns and stuff. I feel like that's very telling. His daydream is kind of empty. It's almost like his daydream now is kind of a respite from the crazy life he lives. It's just peace. It's just chillful. Chillful's a word I just invented. It's a great word. Put it in your dictionary with a pen. Getting a bit more complex now. Yeah, but he's got imagery in there. Let's have a look at what he's dreaming of. The world, it's pretty simple. Colors, colorful, and peace. No crazy details in there, no money, no watches or whatever. There's a plane emerging from a blue hole. Probably some Marvel Cinematic Universe thing, I'm not sure, but... So what, I get drunk. Me to the gaji. So what, I go wild. Okay, I have a question here for you people who are more informed on this subject and know more about this. Are other K-pop artists not allowed, but is it common of K-pop artists, again, I know calling BTS K-pop is already controversial, but bear with me, are other K-pop artists allowed, or do they often talk about getting drunk? Because I feel like maybe there's more of a shy away from that kind of, like image seems to be very important in the K-pop industry as far as I can tell. So I think it's interesting that he's singing about that potentially. Me to the gap. And also the other question is, do BTS often sing about that in their mainline songs, in their group songs, or do they kind of save that for their solo songs? Are they allowed to express themselves more as solo artists, I guess? It's something I'm curious about. So what, I go wild. Yeah. Yeah. I love that you said young, wild and free, let me give it a try, which I feel like it's almost hinting again that sometimes when he's doing his job or when he's like working hard towards being an artist, he isn't being young, wild and free. And I can understand that. But even now there's, I'm older than he is. I'm not great with my time either. It's not like I work at 7 and I'm still working at 9 p.m. Like if I'm working at 9 p.m, it's often on me. I started too late or whatever. But there's times I'm working late, like 9 p.m. or whatever, and I'm thinking to myself, I should be out with friends right now. That young, wild and free thing tugs at you, especially once you get towards your late 20s, early 30s, and you see the youngness and the wildness slipping away. Might as well take advantage of it while it's still there. Now that one I fully agree with. This is such a trippy song. Like the beat really is like crazy out there. I respect it. I really do. It is growing on me a bit, but I just respect it because I think thematically it fits in so much with the song because it's so. It is like a Daydream-esque. It's just so like it's like jazz. It's like a jazz jam kind of. It's just like it's all over the place. I like it. See, even J-Hope has existential anxiety, existential dread. It won't last forever, and his phone tells him not to panic. Wait. Oh my goodness. My respect for this man is about to rocket through the atmosphere into space where our tale's about to be set. This next anecdote is he making? He must be making a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference here. Right? I mean, Arthur is the main character, Arthur Dent from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. He's picking it up, and it's saying "Don't panic," which is like the classic tagline of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Wow, if that was him, that was all him, and not just like the video, not just like the music video editor or whatever. I'm guessing it's him. They have so much creative freedom, but if that's him, respect, rocketing up to the atmosphere along with Arthur Dent. Okay, now shortly, actually, this lyric must be wishing on a star. I mean, maybe it is wishing on a scar, and that's the point. It's like a pun. Wishing on a scar? That's too deep for me if that's true. Or maybe it's just spelled wrong, I don't know. It's very rare for big kids to make mistakes in their subs, though, I feel like. Wishing on a scar. Wishing on a scar. The imagery is very interesting, like I said. All of his Daydream sequences are so simple, like very clean colors, and just relaxing. Okay, I want to go back a second. There's something very interesting he just said. If you ask me why I dream, it'll sound like bragging. I wonder if it's tying into that thing I was saying earlier of like him. It'll sound like bragging because it'll be like, oh, my life is so crazy and fantastic now. I have to dream of a more peaceful and normal life to relax. Maybe that's what he means by that. I don't know. Diving headfirst into the daydream. You just get it. It's delivered to you by Hitman Bang on a plate. Ooh, that's cool. I like that. Very cool. Video effects. Interesting. If I want something now, it's a daydream. See, again, that's a very casual line in the face of it. If you dive into that, I feel that's him saying, if I want something now, it's a daydream. As in, like, if I want something now, it's something I can't have. I can only daydream about it. It's like he's saying, because of the position he's reached in life, anything extra he wants, he can't have, but a nature of what he does. Like the relationship thing, maybe. I know it's been said that BTS are allowed to have relationships. There's no like official word on a clause on that, but any celebrity will tell you probably it's so hard to have love and find true love as a famous person. It just makes the whole thing impossible. And there's lots of other things like that. If he can't just go to Seoul and walk around by himself, it's probably impossible like this. So he's saying, if I want something now, it's a daydream. Inevitably, it's something that I actually can't have. Okay, that was really, really cool. That was my favorite song so far. Because I think he packed a lot into there, and my head is still spinning a little bit. And at the end as well, he was waking himself up from his own daydream, and he checked his fancy watch. It's almost like the real J-Hope being like, back to reality. We got to get back to the crazy celebrity life. I don't know. Maybe I completely misread this, but that's what I took from it, and I think it's fascinating, really. And even though it's not very direct, or it's like more of an existential kind of song, I really respect BTS that they will make songs that will sing about the pitfalls of fame. And again, I think that separates them for me from like a lot of what you would just label casually as pop, because pop in my head is only to make money, and therefore it cannot criticize itself. It can't make its own lifestyle look bad, or it can't talk about the dark side. So I respect this song hugely, and the music video was like really, really cool. Just like, I think thematically fantastic and very clean. I'm sure I could spend half an hour talking about just the effects and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I really hope you guys like that reaction. Certainly gave me lots to talk about, let's just say that. If you are enjoying my reactions and you want to see the rest of my reactions to the J-Hope Hope World mixtape or EP or whatever you would call it, then do make sure you are subscribed, and please do go and check out my Patreon, and you can see Run BTS and Bon Voyage reactions on there. And more importantly, have a lovely day. Whatever your personal daydream is, have a splendid day, either awake in reality or in the matrix of your own head, whatever suits you. I will see you soon for another one of these. Until then, take care, and remember, if you like this reaction to Daydream, click the subscribe button. It's so easy, it's obscene.